crimes on the way because of taxes. Yeah.
Okay, can you stop? Can you respect? Are you? I'm sorry. We have to stop with it. Switch paces. Okay, so have you ever you were talking about the racism and the Caracas. Do you think it's because of just Africans and I guess Spanish speaking, or would they be considered white Venezuelans?
Just white Venezuelans.
Okay, so do you get the racism primarily from white Venezuelans or just Venezuelans in general in Caracas?
Well, it's not like racism for all the people. It's just like a part of some of them. I think these white Venezuelans, some of them that it's difficult for them to mingle with black people. So when they see you, it seems they feel like, oh, this is a black person. They think that you are somewhere from this part of the country, that is part of Venezuela, where there are a lot of black, and they believe that some of these blacks are like criminals for them. So when they see you, they feel like trying to move away from you or trying to highlight themselves from you. Yeah.
So you said criminals, but what do you think is like the primary crime? Do they think that you would steal from them or hurt them violently?
Maybe they think you will hurt them or steal from them. The main reason for them may be going through my own thinking, I think they are moving away because they think maybe you will try to rob them, because you see people walking around here, you have your phone on your hand, and somebody just come and then take it from you, snap it from you.
You said your food or your phone?
Phone.
Phone, and they'll just take it out of your hand?
And they'll just take it out of your hand and run away. Or sometimes they'll just bring a gun and they say you give them, so you have to give it out.
Here? Yeah, she's saying in Caracas, right?
Oh, in
Yeah,
Caracas.
not even in Caracas, but in the whole area where I have been, around Caracas.
Okay.
There are a lot of them violent things. So that is why most of them, when they see you, they feel like preventing you from being close to them because they think that you are. Sometimes you even walk around places like nighttime, around let's say 8, 9, 10 in the night. You walk and somebody sees you from a distance coming towards where she is, and she just run away. She just move away because she's afraid that maybe you might be somebody going to rob him, a criminal or stuff like that. Because there are a lot of killing around, a lot of robbery.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, but you don't find that here in Barlavento at all, or is it less?
Yeah, basically it's less, but I find it around.
You're finding that. Does it make you uncomfortable? Have you ever thought about going back home?
Well, not about the crime rates that I feel like going back home. Before when I came at first, I wanted to go back home, when I came at first, because things were not easy for me, and then the surrounding where I was living, that is here, was not favorable for me, But later I just think of it and I say, we as men, man has to, like they normally say, man has to struggle for the better, So I just hold it on that saying, that man has to hold it stronger, always. Man has to face the hard side, of the world before you enjoy life, So I just hold on it and I said, yeah, let me just stay and study hard, this thing will soon finish. It's just about a few years, I've spent my whole life, maybe in a country where I have, everything. I have my family, I have my everything there, I was with them nice and normal. Now if I am outside, it's still the same. I just have to maintain the faith, man. So when I go back, I'll just be happy and I'll enjoy the life the way I want to enjoy it. It's a matter of time.
Have you been back since you moved to Gambia?
No. Since I came here, I've never been back home.
Okay.
Because the ticket to go back home is very expensive from here. Sometimes it's around 19,000 bolivares or 17,000 minimum. So as a student, I don't afford to pay that anymore.
So, since you've been here, tell me about your school experience, so like the classes that you're taking, things like that.
Yeah, when I came, the classes, the schooling here is a bit different from my country, you know. I see the education in my country more harder, you know, more harder than here, you know. Because, you know, Western education, like they normally say, is mostly based on, you know, the computer work, the internet, you know. Most of the information, you find it on internet, you copy and paste it, you know, and then you give it out, you know. But in my country, it's different, you know. It's a bit harder to study there, you know, because you have to face like 8 or 9 subjects, and then within those 9 subjects, you have to pass them. And they are not like here you see a subject, like this week you have a topic, and next week they give you an exam on that topic, you know, which makes it very easier seeing it today and making the exam next week.
Right.
But in my country, you see about 10 subjects, 10 different terms in one subject, and then you have an exam of all those terms that you see in 1 week, you know. So it makes it very difficult, you know, for my country. But here I feel like it's a bit more easier, more elevated to me.
Now, are there any social programs available for you? Like where they help you with, I don't know, tutoring, funding, besides the scholarship, but you know, just to help you with, I don't know, medical stuff, anything like that, social service programs?
No, here actually I've never find any social funding or stuff like that. No, I'm always based in the scholarship that they are giving us here. You know, I have to even, you know, work. I have to work, you know, so that I can maintain myself, so that I can take care of some of my things, you know, some of my basic things that I need, you know, because here the scholarship, they will be giving you the scholarship, they will be giving you money, but that money is not covering all your funds. It's not covering all that you need, you know, because you have to pay your house rent, you have to pay your food stuff, you have to pay some of the school works, you know. So it makes me more, which even forced me to go and search for a work, you know, where I will be earning some money, which will help me to generate more funds, make more.
So you work now?
Yeah, I'm working now, you know. I'm working as a student, working with another company there, where I will be getting at least something that will help me to cover up some of my needs.
Okay, great. So tell me what you're doing at the San Juan Festival today.
Well, I came here, I'm always here every year since I came.
Okay.
You know, I always like their drumming and their dancing, you know.
Does it remind you of home?
Yeah, it reminds me at home, but then, you know, we have a big difference when it comes to drumming side. You know, the drums we use back home are different from the drums they have here. You know, the drums we have there in back home, they are like djembe, and the other one they call it sabah. You know, so it's different from the ones I have here. Here I see kulakuja, lamina, those are their drums, they drum, you know, and the singing is different. You know. We sing, I believe we sing more, you know, more than the way they sing here. You know, we have more forum, we have more structure of singing, you know. The musical side of singing and the drumming is different, you know. They are more organized. For them, you know, they sing just like that verbally and dance and enjoy themselves, you know. Because they believe it's African culture. For them, they believe it's African culture. They have it from Africa, you know.
And you don't think, or is it not?
Yeah, it's similar.
It's similar, but not the same.
To that. It's similar to that, but not the same. They have the same. They have the concept of African tradition, you know. But then you cannot put it together with the Africans themselves, you know. There must be some kind of difference, but then at least, you know, one can feel the sense of Africa in them, the sense of likeness, the sense of trying to find their roots, where they came from, you know, their base, trying to know, because in English they say, if you don't know where you are from, you don't know where you're heading to.
Right.
Yeah, so for them, you know, I'm very happy that, you know, sometimes I came and meet them singing and dancing, talking about Afro-descendant, talking about, because I went to one program they call Afro-descendant program, and I met a lady there that was singing one song, you know, and I really liked the song, you know, it was about Afro. They were talking about them seeing themselves like African descendants. I enjoy the program, yeah. That's why always I come around to enjoy with the people, dance with the people, you know. enjoy the way they are dancing, you know. At least when I go back, you know, I can, you know, one time maybe I can meet with some Venezuelans in my country because always I meet with them when I was in the Gambia because they have their embassy in the Gambia.
Right.
So I meet with them, we do some singing, some dancing, you know, so it's very nice. Yeah.
Are you Catholic?
Yeah, I'm a Catholic. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Catholic, but we have different religions in the Gambia. We have Muslims, we have Catholics, we have evangelicals, we have different kind of religion. But the most who practice one is Christianity and Muslim. But Muslim have the highest percentage in the Gambia.
They have the what?
The highest percentage
Of the party.
in the Gambia.
Okay. Okay, good. And so do you find that with here you're saying that do you think it has anything to do with them being descendants of slaves, that they're not fully aware of their African culture? I mean, because you're saying that they practice it similar but not the same. Is it because of the detachment from slavery, do you think?
You know, it's different from an African, the way an African, a pure African thinks and the way some Afro-descendant thinks, you know. I can be an Afro-descendant, but then an Afro-descendant in the sense that, you know, my grandparents were from Africa and they lived here and they have their kids here and their kids become adults, you know, because for them, their parents, their grandparents are no more alive, most of them, you know, who can at least maybe some of them who were from Africa, maybe their grandparents were from Africa and they have the idea or the culture of Africa, you know, but then when those people are gone, their kids that they have here are born here and they have the culture of Venezuela mixed together with a bit of African culture, you know. They cannot have the same culture with Africans. You know. They can have similar, maybe some of them have it from their grandparents who were explaining things to them. But for them, they don't see it in reality like their parents. You know. It's different from seeing something in reality and explanation. When somebody explains something, it's different for you from the way you see it in reality. Yeah, that is the problem. But then, you know, they are really trying. I'm very happy that, you know, this is one of the countries where I pass or where I came, where I see people, you know, enjoying themselves like Africans, you know, feeling that they're Africans, you know. I went to Spain and it was not the same, you know. I was in Spain, it was not the same.
How so?
Because I was not seeing people that, you know, Spanish, I was not seeing Spanish that think they were Afro-descendant, you know. But here when I came, I started to see people thinking in a way that they are Afro-descendants, you know, which makes it very interesting. You know.
Do you like it? Do you think it's a good thing? Or,
yeah, for me it's a good thing, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because I cannot see myself, you know. I cannot see myself in the Western world, you know. As a black person, and I feel that I'm a white person, you know. When I see the color as a black race, you know, I see the color, the black color, you know, I have to think, where is this black color from? Because when I talk about the Western, I'm not talking about black color. Any black race that is in the Western and feels he's a black, he's a white, you know, he's faking himself because, you know, you have to know, because where you see white people feeling that they are Afro-descendants, what about you as a black? How should you feel, you know? You should know the place, you know. That is why I say you should know where you come from, you know. The black color is always from the motherland. They call it the motherland, Africa. Yeah.
Alrighty, so I think I have because you work here, but do you have to pay taxes or anything like that? We have a couple of economic questions, but if you don't participate in the economy.
No, well, I am working not like working in the sense working like
for the state.
Reals, working for the state, working for like a citizen of the country. I am working as a student.
Okay.
I'm just working to be able to earn something to help myself in some of my expenses.
Can you vote here?
No, I cannot vote.
Can you tell me your thoughts on this next election coming up in October? with the presidential election? What are your thoughts about it? I know you can't vote, but what do you think?
Well, I cannot vote, but then I think the president will win, the same
Chavez?
president. Yeah, I think Chavez will win, because for me he's a good man, Though some people see him as a bad man, but for me he's a good man, because I can say everybody makes mistakes,
Yeah.
We are all bound to make mistakes, and when we make mistakes, we are also bound to, come against them and try to go over them, Some people, they feel like, if you make mistakes, it means you are off. When you make mistake, it means you cannot make mistake as a head. But, not only a head who can make mistakes, but all of us can make mistakes. And we are bound to make mistakes and come again and try to apologize for our mistakes, But I think the man is a good man. He's really working. Since I came here, the things I saw the man doing for the country, for me it's a good thing.
In the opposition, why do you think they may not win?
Well, the opposition, through the opposition, always have some people, few people, It's very difficult for the opposition to win because, if it was the president, if it was like, let's say, the stepping down like some other countries, they have a term. Like, we say, within 8 years, the president should go out and give chance to other people. The president
But your council?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that one, the opposition can win, but this one is like the president who is ruling can still stand as a president with the opposition, which makes it very difficult for the opposition party because, we have a lot of people that really like the president. Though there are people that hate him for a reason, and there have people that still believe and think, the way I'm thinking, that people can make mistakes, but then they are bound to come again and make it up, And then the highest, I think for me, from my seeing, the highest population of the people thinking the way I'm thinking, more than the people thinking the negative side of it.
So do you think that do you think the income has anything to do with how people are voting? Are going to vote? Like rich people may vote one way, or people are African?
No, I don't think the income has anything to do with that.
Okay.
Because this thing has nothing to do with rich people or poor people. It has to do about, when we are talking of politics, we have to talk about our conscience, as citizens. If you are a citizen, you don't just vote for, maybe I vote for somebody I know. I'm not only voting for somebody I know. I'm not just voting for somebody I know, but voting for the development of my country, Because I can vote for somebody I know, because I know the person. But myself, because it's my interest that I'm voting for the person, because maybe I have interest from that person. But not thinking of the benefits of the people who don't know the man. You think of somebody who is willing to develop your country where you live in, and so it doesn't have anything to do with wealth,
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, one more thing. Is it okay if we post the interview to our website?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, I just want to make sure I get your permission, and I can give you our contact information when we put it up, or you can give me your contact information. So when we put it up, I can send you an email and you can see it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.